The Idaho Eastern Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation was founded in 1969 to provide sight and hearing assistance to the people of Idaho and Eastern Oregon. Since that time, the foundation has come to be recognized as an outstanding quality provider of sight and hearing assistance. The foundation is often the only bridge between sight and blindness, hearing and deafness, and the early detection of these conditions for men, women, and children of Idaho and Eastern Oregon. Each year, over 20,000 adults and children are directly impacted by the Foundation's programs of corneal transplants, hearing and eye appliances, eye surgeries, and diabetic therapy assistance, and its effective program in eye, ear, and diabetic screening through its mobile screening unit. Even with this work, the Foundation estimates that over 200,000 men, women, and children go without preventive eye, ear, and diabetic screenings, as well as critical corrective eye surgeries each year in Idaho and Eastern Oregon. Foundation ventures include the Idaho Lions Eye Bank, eyeglass recycling, the mobile screening unit, personal assistance, diabetes awareness, the hearing aid bank, and fundraising. An eye bank obtains, medically evaluates, and distributes corneal eye tissue from humanitarian individuals who donate their eyes upon death. The Idaho Lions Eye Bank was established by the Lions Foundation in 1969. The Idaho Lions Eye Bank helps restore sight to those afflicted with blindness in Idaho and around the world.
I was first diagnosed with an eye condition called keratoconus. Keratoconus is basically when the cornea grows into the shape of a cone. There's nothing you can do about it except to put hard contact lenses on it. You want to keep it stable so it won't protrude. It's like trying to put a contact lens on the tip of a pencil. It is extremely painful. I had nothing but problems with it, especially in my left eye where I have my cornea transplant. What was happening, I do have it in both eyes. The right eye isn't quite as bad. It's just been a miracle for me. I can't thank my donor's family enough, and I never would have really, truly, honestly thought I would have the outcome that I do today. We were sitting there and I could see, all of a sudden, I could just see. I could see it was a miracle. Wow, look at that. And I read everything on the wall. And this was from a distance away. And they were like going, oh my gosh, she can see. So that was the miracle experience for me. And they still talk about it to this day. It makes my husband and family happier. They don't have to hear the complaints all the time. So absolutely, without the eye bank, I'd still be having stabbing pains, and my contact lens would be on the floor right now as we speak. And I'd be on the floor looking for it. So they were a huge contributor to my healing process and to what I am today. It's truly a blessing and a miracle.
Eye banking has been around since the late 1800s. The very first successful corneal transplant took place in 1904 in Munich, Germany. Eye banking in the United States has been around since 1940, and that started in New York City. And as mentioned earlier, eye banking in Idaho started in 1969. The process of eye banking starts with a phone call. An eye bank receives a call from a hospital that an individual has died and has met preliminary criteria for donation. The eye bank has a very short time to obtain consent and recover the tissue. This generally needs to happen within 12 hours of the time of death. If consent is given, the next of kin is asked to complete a medical social history interview. The medical social history provides the eye bank with information to make a donor eligibility determination. After consent is given, the eye bank obtains copies of relevant medical records for review. This helps us create a complete donor profile. Eye banks pay close attention to the cause of death and any medications that were administered to the individual. Recovery takes place in the hospital setting and does not delay funeral arrangements and does not interfere with an open casket funeral. After removing the cornea, The tissue is placed in a storage medium. This medium keeps the tissue viable. Specially trained technicians evaluate the cornea through microscopic examination to ensure that it meets the eye bank's strict criteria for transplantation. The cornea is labeled with a unique identification number to allow the eye bank to track the tissue from donor to recipient. It is then shipped to a surgeon or another eye bank for transplant. The cornea is a clear front window of the eye through which light passes. Due to injury or disease, the cornea may become damaged and cloudy. An ophthalmologist can remove the diseased cornea and replace it with a donor cornea to restore sight. How prevalent is corneal transplantation? Corneas are the most widely performed transplant. Annually, 47,000 transplants are performed in North America. No fee is ever charged to the donor's family. All costs are absorbed by the eye bank. Since 1969, the Idaho Lions Eye Bank has provided over 5,000 corneal transplants to those afflicted with blindness in Idaho and around the world. If you would like to know more about donation, please visit the Idaho Donor Registry at yesidaho.org to register as a donor and to learn more about eye donation. The mobile screening unit tours our districts in Idaho and Oregon, providing free health screenings. The MSU screens for blood pressure, visual acuity, glaucoma, diabetes, and hearing. We screen many of the Idaho school districts as well as health fairs and corporate screenings. 20,000 individuals pass through the MSU annually. Our local Lions clubs donate 1,600 hours of volunteer time to help with the free screenings. Please visit idaholions.org to view the mobile screening unit travel schedule. Last year, the Lions collected and sorted 65,000 pairs of glasses in multiple District 39. The glasses are sent to a Lions Club's International Distribution Center, then are shipped to missions around the world. The foundation helps pay for any sight or hearing surgeries such as cataract surgery, corneal transplants, diabetic retinopathies, YAG laser procedures, and hearing aids. The Idaho Eastern Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation helps financially disadvantaged individuals pay for needed surgeries that they would not have been able to afford due to lack of insurance or expendable finances.
My vision I had sensitive eyes to the sun, and my vision changed a little bit, like clear, it wasn't as clear. And so I just went in to get like eye check for maybe glasses and left with cataracts. You're not supposed to get them at my age. So don't know why I got them. Did have all the tests, diabetes, ultrasounds, not sure why I got them. Well, because I was under the impression from what they told me is it would be about $5,000 per eye. I don't have insurance, so I was just scared, and single mother too. Eventually I would have went blind. That's what they do to you. So they only did one eye at a time. So that eye I had to prep with eye drops the day before. Nervous, obviously, for my first surgery ever. So since the surgery, I've gained better eyesight, less headaches, less, I can read faster because I'm not spending as much time on one area. And yeah, my kids, I don't have to put on reading glasses or, like magnifying glasses to get every detail. So it's nice to be able to just, see my colors, see life for what it is, and everything doesn't feel like fall. I actually see some of spring.
Used hearing aids are collected and shipped to a processing center. Individuals in need see their local audiologist and are fitted for the used hearing aids. The audiologist orders the appropriate used hearing aid from the processing center. Children and adults benefit from this needed function of the foundation.
Well, she always talked loud, but when the first time that we noticed or thought something was odd is when we'd call Grandma on the phone, and she'd put the phone to her ear and she'd be like, "Hello, hello." Then she's like, "I gotta use my other ear," and she'd put it on her other ear and say, "Hello, Grandma." And so that's when we took her in, and then we found out with the preschool screening that she could not hear out of that ear. When we heard about the foundation through a coworker, I had told her the situation that we were in, that we were going to have to wait a while to get her hearing aid because of the cost. She told us that she was a member and that she thought there was a foundation for hearing, and so we got in touch with Jay and got the ball rolling, and then we were able to get her hearing aid right away. They helped pay for the hearing aid so she could have her hearing aid for school. So when she got her hearing aid, it was like a whole new person, and she just talks nonstop now. And it was amazing because she put it on and her little face just lit up, because it's almost like when you can't see for a while and you put a pair of glasses on and you're like, wow, the trees have leaves. It was just, she's like, I can hear that, I can hear that. And my husband and I'd be talking and she'd come out, she's like, I heard you guys talking, you know, and it's like, okay, now we have to be a little more careful what we say, because she could hear everything. And it was really, it was wonderful. Well, can you tell them how you like your hearing aid?
I like it.
Diabetes is the sixth leading cause of death and costs the U.S. $132 billion annually. With type 2 diabetes, the third largest cause of death in the United States, diabetic-induced blindness and heart disease will follow. The Foundation's programs of early detection screening, as well as eye surgery and therapy assistance, are the critical safety net for many, if still too few. The Idaho Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation recently received a grant from Lions Clubs International Foundation to rebuild and outfit the foundation's first offices, located in Boise, Idaho. The foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We maintain a professional staff of 6 and rely on donations as a source of funding. Our fundraising efforts include golf tournaments, a planned giving program, and donations from local Lions clubs and/or individuals. The foundation is Lions helping Lions serve their community. Donations will help the Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation in making a greater impact in our multiple District 39 communities. Annually, over $100,000 is spent in our communities. Assistance goes to Lions clubs, missions, poverty-level citizens, the Gooding School for the Deaf and Blind, and Idaho and Eastern Oregon school districts. Every dollar donated to the foundation goes directly back into our Idaho and Eastern Oregon communities by way of the mobile screening unit, personal grant assistance, diabetes awareness, and our hearing aid bank. $0 of donated funds go to the administration. The foundation is a vital part of what Lions do. However, individuals join a Lions Club to serve their community. How is not important. We can build handicap ramps, paint a house, courier eye tissue for transplant, or recycle eyeglasses. As Lions, we try to leave the earth a better place than we found it. If we succeed, then our service was useful and meaningful. Lions Clubs and the Idaho Eastern Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation accomplish miracles through everyday service to our communities, fellow Lions Clubs, and the world through sight and hearing assistance.